Welcome to Solo Shot First, and today we're going to be having a look back in time, I suppose, a little bit, going back to Star Wars Return of the Jedi to have a look at what is, I think, a very iconic character and a lovely looking card back, which is the Weequay, the Skiff Master. Now, the card back on this is absolutely stunning. This one here actually just does have a slight crease in it. I don't know if you can see that just there, just below or just by the side of the 4+ age group. Hence, you know, again, it's not a perfect card, but at the end of the day, this is going to be opened anyway. And this is one that I've been really looking forward to getting open. In terms of the actual card back itself, this is to me, this is very visually, very stunning card back art. I mean, obviously it's a still that's taken straight from the movie. You got the lovely Return of the Jedi logo in the top, just obviously under the Star Wars, and it's a very sort of a darker red. The actual name pill for the Weequay Skiff Master is in a very nice bright red, and the same obviously the backdrop behind the figure. The figure itself, actually inside the packaging, looks very nice, and I believe, please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, there were sort of two different versions of this. You had this one, and I think there was one that maybe had a slightly longer neck, but I'm not 100% sure. So please, anybody in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But this is a nice looking card. I just hope that this camera work is going to do this justice. Just quite simply, it's this is being filmed in natural light. So in terms of the figure inside the packaging, it does look, you know, just saying from through the packaging, it does look really nice, very striking, and obviously has a striking resemblance to the actual figure in the film. So we'll have a look at the back of the card. Okay, so we've got VC48, and this is a really nice looking back of the card because, again, you know, slightly different to what we see now in the sort of the higher ranges in terms of the VC numbers. But this, obviously, you've got the image, the still image from the film, obviously explaining that it's Weequay from Return of the Jedi and from 1983. But then what you've also got, obviously, just underneath that is all the other figures that were part of this line or part of this wave. So you've got the Clone Trooper, General Lando Calrissian, the AT-RT driver, Fayek Search, and that lovely Luke Skywalker. Which, again, is another striking figure. I mean, all of those along the bottom, but I mean, those sort of two especially on that sort of right-hand side, Fayek Search and Luke, are stunning. And then you've got this legal information at the bottom, which is really small, which is nice. Why Hasbro have to sort of fill half our cards at the moment with that legal information baffles me. But really nice looking back of the card, so VC48. So just bringing it back round to the front so you can have a look at that again. Nice, you know, you've got obviously the Kenner logo in the bottom. There's not too much on this card either. This is a really nice card. You know, just got that 4+ age group in the top right. But just a striking card. And I believe these ones are actually quite difficult to get hold of. You know, maybe Hasbro should be thinking of giving us a re-release of this. But then, having said that, obviously they still need to complete the 96. So, you know, will we see this in the collection again? Possibly. You know, it is quite an iconic figure. I mean, obviously the movie is quite, you know, incredibly iconic in terms of, you know, obviously all of these sort of Jabba's goons, if you want to call them that. So really lovely looking card, lovely looking figure inside. All that remains to be seen is let's get this figure out of the packaging and we'll have a look at it. Okay, so here we have the figure out of the packaging. It was a little bit fiddly to get out of the packaging, actually. There was a lot of this sort of taping, which I still left around his wrists, just around the body and around the head sculpt of this. But I've got to say, this is a strikingly, I mean, it's a really striking looking figure. I mean, I love, obviously, Return of the Jedi. That was the, you know, the era I sort of grew up with. And the film absolutely blew me away. And just to have all of these sort of different characters from that Jabba's sail barge scene is just absolutely phenomenal. And this one especially, obviously, sort of being the Skiff Master. In terms of the you know, the actual look, I mean, obviously I've just put him on the spinner here so you can get a really nice look at him. But I mean, in terms of the detailing on it, he's got some lovely detailing on the boots, just brown boots with what appears to be these black straps across the top. I'm not sure, again, you're going to actually see that in this video, because I'm not sure the camera's going to show that, but he's got the nice sort of brown, darker brown cargo pants, and then that sort of more of a beigey sort of cream top with the gun belt obviously around the waist. And it looks obviously like it's like a nicely sort of weathered top, a garment exactly that as it would be if, you know, you were sort of travelling around the you know, dunes of sand and things like that. So a really, really stunning looking figure. Let's just get him off of the spinner quickly. Okay, just getting him off the spinner quickly so you can just have a little bit more of a detailed look of exactly what I'm talking about. So that sort of top part of his garments obviously does look far more weathered. I mean, the actual detail in terms of the you know, the actual sculpt of the face sculpt of this Weequay is really, really stunning. And obviously he's got a working holster. I love that. I mean, you know, all of these figures really should have working holsters. But an absolutely stunning looking figure from both the front and the back, which is really, really nice. And the good thing is here, as you can see, it actually fits onto a stand quite nicely. So those peg holes went into, you know, the foot went straight into the peg hole without too much difficulty. In terms of the articulation of this figure, again, you know, I'm not going to go into massive detail. You know, you guys will probably know all of this. I mean, you've got the swivel on the head. That is a little bit more restricted on this one, just quite simply because of that sort of, I suppose it's either part of his head or it's that some sort of hair braided that's sort of down the sides. That restricts that a little bit, but you've got articulation at the shoulders, at the elbows, and articulation at the wrists with a swivel. He's got a swivel just above the gun belt there along the waist, and this bottom piece here is sort of a hard goods, so there's not a lot of movement there. But you know, again, you're not gonna want that. The reason that, you know, you would get this figure, sorry, I'm digressing, is, you know, purely if you wanted to again put him into a scene or have him on that skiff. Articulation at the knees and at the ankles, just with the swivel. So, you know, yeah, this would be an absolutely perfect example of the figure to actually put on that skiff, if you've managed to get one of those. So great articulation. Yeah, it's not got the full bells and whistles that we have had with the most recent releases, but this still absolutely does a job without a shadow of a doubt. It's just a really, really stunning looking figure, and a very, very welcome addition to my collection. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like button and subscribe. There'll be more videos coming shortly. If you've got any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll come back to you as soon as possible. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.